Hey there, welcome to How to Become a Six-Figure Coach with all of the training you'll ever need to be a world-class coach. All that we ask is that you subscribe to the channel and enjoy your video. Welcome back to Pro Coach. I'm Chase Jordan. Today in this video, we're going to talk about business setup. All right, we're going to keep things very simple because they should be. Do not be intimidated. Do not be afraid. We'll hold you by the hand the entire way. We're not lawyers. We're not tax professionals. We're not tax lawyers, so I can't give you any legal advice. I'm just going to share with you what we've done with many LLCs and different businesses. We're not going to go in depth on what an S Corp is or a corporation or whatever. We're going to talk about simple LLC. Check and do your own research. Get your own lawyer involved in all this. But either way, just follow this, and I think you're going to be just fine. So first things first, I'm not a tax lawyer, so there's no legal advice here, okay? Always check with your tax professional and your lawyer about everything, okay? Contracts, different things. It's very important to do that. You can go at it and make your own way without that. Plenty have. And honestly, I had my first LLC, and I didn't speak to a lawyer for decades, really. Never got in trouble, paid my taxes. I got a tax professional help me do my quarterly stuff and things like that. Just go ask them about all that. But here are the basics, okay, for you. So you need 2 LLCs. And this is a very important. It's a lesson I didn't have to learn because 25 years ago, I had a great mentor that told me to do that. So one LLC, for example, will have the operations of a business. Therefore, here's what I mean. Pro Coach is not owned by Chase Jordan Group, my primary company. Chase Jordan Group markets and sells and services Pro Coach members and what have you, but Chase Jordan Group, one LLC, licenses Pro Coach from a different LLC. Here's what happens when you do that. If anybody decides to, hey, Chase is trying to help people be good coaches, and they're angry for whatever reason, because you never know, and they're like, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you for infringement. Coaching, the ideas are everywhere. You can't copyright any of these ideas that we've learned along the way. I'm just basically, everything I've learned and experienced in my life, I've put into the program. Is it similar to others? It should be if we're intelligent and we're all speaking the truth, so on and so forth. So therefore, Chase Jordan Group couldn't necessarily get sued because we licensed the content. If there was a problem with the content, so they would go and sue the second LLC. Let's say they won. Well, that LLC gets shut down and goes bankrupt. That's it. And then Chase Jordan Group is untouched. And I keep operating that kind of thing. So what could happen if you only have one LLC, and let's say you make a little course, and somebody gets harmed in whatever way they saw, and they want to sue you, well, now they can, and you'd be in trouble because now that whole LLC has to go down and bankrupt, and maybe you have other things attached to that. It's a big pain in the butt. So when you have one versus 2, you're just a little bit more in danger. So check with your lawyer, do your own research. So that's how we do things, especially with our courses, where if you want to go after the course, content or whatever, you're going to go after that LLC, and my primary LLC won't be touched. Okay, so that's kind of a big deal. So I would use LegalZoom.com. Literally, it's the easiest. You can file on your own. I don't recommend that. LegalZoom.com. Here's the great thing about them. Give them a call, old school. Give them a call. They'll walk you through it. You can go online and type in all the stuff on your own, but they have great people that know the stuff, and they will fill it out for you. They're not lawyers either. But what they are is they'll ask the questions and walk you through the questions. It makes me feel a lot better. So when I first started out, you were able to call them. Well, my first LLCs weren't LegalZoom. You had to file through a lawyer, and it was very expensive. Now it's a very budget friendly. It hovers around the $400 though. So I hate to say that. I don't mean to bum you out, but you need an LLC to do business, okay? If you can't afford 2, go for 1. The minute you can get 2, get 2, especially if you have a proprietary anything, right? As a coach, you can go with 1. I would say, if your system, because you're going to learn a system today, go for 2, start with 1, do your research, ask your lawyer about that. You may not need 1 for what you're doing. 1 is fine. If you're in trouble, you can shut it down and open a new one, that kind of thing. Okay, it's protection. LLCs give you protection. You can Google all that. So bank account, go to your bank, the bank you're dealing with now, nothing complicated. Say I'm going to open a business account. I would like to put in there $500 to open the account, or whatever their minimum is. It could be $200, $100. I would recommend getting something without fees, and sometimes you need a minimum to get that started. And then they'll give you checks. We don't really use checks for any reason. I think we used 1 check in 20 years. Typically, you have a business credit card that you can attach to that. So, of course, you need the credit for all that. But long story short, get a business bank account. You don't want to be paying things out of your personal account. You can do a little bit of that at first. Keep your receipts. Every receipt that anything you spend that is towards your business can be deducted, okay, at the end for your taxes. Ask your tax professional. But if I pay $100 for something like a desk, I needed a desk, you can deduct that, and then you don't have to pay taxes on that debt because it is an expense within the company. If that makes sense to you, it's very simple stuff. And let's say you paid it out of your personal account. That's okay for a moment, especially during startup. But eventually you want to pay that $100 out of a business account or a business credit card. Just makes it a lot cleaner, where you have a division between personal assets and your corporate or LLC, your company assets, right? So then the desk then belongs to the LLC, all right? Stripe is the recommendation, stripe.com. To make payments, you can pay people that way. And you can also invoice your client. Client says, I love you. Yes, let's get going. You can go to their website and take the credit card right there. And then, boom, they charge like a 3%, 3% fee. And then the more business you do, we have a little bit of a lower rate right now. But anyhow, that's how you do it. Just go to Stripe. They have great customer care. I'm not going to waste your time here today because you can go to their website and they've done it way better than I ever could. Okay, and you can invoice. You can take instant payment, take credit card over the phone, credit card over Skype, or you can send them an invoice. Some people like an invoice via email. And then we're going to talk about how that can cost you a sale. Like you want to book the business right away. So I'd rather do that over the phone. And then there's no record of me having your credit card. You tell them I use Stripe. Stripe is fully encrypted, so on and so forth. Okay. So Wix, we're going to go through a website, but Wix.com is who we recommend. They are a wonderful, wonderful platform to build a coaching website. We're going to give you a coaching website you can modify. They're the least expensive, something like $6 a month when you go pro. They have a free version as well, and you can do all your booking and information. Coaches don't need big, fancy website. They just need beautiful, easy to understand, easy to navigate websites that are fully mobile, and Wix does that. Then we use MailChimp, and we're going to walk you through that technology and what to do. You might not even need it, okay? These are the recommendations, what we use personally for email marketing. So let's say you, like we talked about, you're going to give somebody a free ebook or a 3-part video series. You want to send it to them via email, and when they opt in, don't worry, I'm going to teach you all about that. It's very, very simple. Through Lead Pages or Wix, you can do both. And at the end, you'll be able to send them marketing information via MailChimp, and you can do a bunch of other stuff. So don't panic. Some of this you have to pay for monthly, but you can get started for free. And we're going to show you all about that. So G Suite. And what my point is to all this is go look at everything I'm talking about. Start educating yourself around LegalZoom and Stripe and Wix and G Suite. And don't start looking anywhere else. These are the recommendations because they're the least expensive and highest quality. And quality is absolutely paramount for us, okay? So G Suite for your email, calendar and cloud-based files, and then Namecheap. I would challenge you to go have a little fun today and go to Namecheap.com, open up an account if you don't have one, and for I think $8 or $9, $10, $12, it all depends, go get your .com. Go get ChaseJordanCoaching.com, all right? Go get whatever your name is. So the fun part is you take a piece of paper and you start writing out what you want your company name to be, All right, what's your .com is going to be, because that's where we live now. And don't overcomplicate this. All right, it's your name, coaching.com. One of our companies is Chase Jordan Group, because we were a bunch of us, and we're .global because we're a global company. We help people all around the world. And wasn't that complicated. It was my name, group, LLC. Okay. That's how you have to name your stuff. We have a bunch of websites, right? So getprocoach.com. I encourage you to get a .com, because a .net, a .whatever, they're accepted now, but the recommendation would be to get a .com. So your first name, last name, coaching.com, or whatever it is you want to do. But having the name coaching in there is kind of a big deal, right? How about Get Pro Coach? Get Professional Coach. Become a professional coach. I could have named it Become a Professional Coach, right? But when we advertise, it makes sense. Get Pro Coach. So what if your name is taken? That's Use your first name. Use only your last name. Just get creative with it, but get the .com. It'll be like $10, and then you'll pay for it through a credit card on Namecheap.com. Use all the links below, and then you'll have your .com. And then it's kind of exciting to get that first .com if you don't already have it. All right, so go to Namecheap.com. Keep it simple. All right, and you can try to name your company that. So let's say it is. So we have a recruiting company. And we love the ocean, as you can tell, and we love the South, and we love palm trees. So we called it Starfish Recruiting. So we went to get starfishrecruiting.com, and we got Starfish Recruiting LLC. So they don't always have to match, because we have a bunch of .coms that our LLC doesn't match. But if you can get something and then you try to match it, LegalZoom will help you, and it'll tell you, that LLC is taken. They'll tell you immediately, so be ready with one or two options. The LLC won't have a .com. It'll be like Chase Jordan Group LLC. So it'll be your name, last name, LLC, and or the .com. So get creative, have a little fun, but go get a .com. That's just one of my preferences, and I think it looks more professional. All right, and then from there, we'll teach you how to link that to G Suite, and we'll send you to G Suite. They do it all for you. You can even call them. You can chat with them. They walk you through everything. It's brilliant. But we could do a little tech video on that. Just send us an email if you need help with it. So Errors and Omissions, Hiscox is the company that we've personally used. You don't necessarily need errors and omissions. You have to ask a lawyer. Okay, I can't give you that legal advice, but in certain instances, we insure ourselves in case somebody does sue us, and somebody finds it, that they have something there. Well, Hiscox Insurance will errors and omissions if we're in trouble, like recruiters need this, because let's say they go through a process with an employer, and they come back on the recruiter and says, I didn't get hired and it's your fault. You told them I was African American, or you told them I did not have a certain thing, or it was your fault. Well, a judge might find that legit, and you want protection. That's what Hiscox does. So go look at all of these, educate yourself on them a little bit. If you have any questions, let us know. Typically, these websites teach you how to get on board with all of them. But one, don't touch websites. We're going to go through that. We're going to go through all the techie stuff there. MailChimp, no problem. And I'll do a little G Suite for you down the road. Don't spend a dime just yet. Okay, so here's the deal. Use links below. Text us with any questions. And of course, on the call, make sure you ask your questions on all of that. Send us an email, text us, we'll help you out. So you can come back to this video when you are ready. Don't go out and get, whatever $20 a month MailChimp is, because we're not ready there. We're not there yet. I just want you to start understanding that, I need an LLC, I get a .com, I get my bank account. I would go get the bank account done. I would get the .com right away, because they're so inexpensive. It's just your time. And then when it comes to Wix and G Suite, you can get it free. And then if you want more, if you really upload a lot of stuff to the cloud, I think they give you a terabyte, which is huge, for like $5 a month, something like that. And then if you want G Suite Professional, so you can attach your .com so that it would be like Chase. My email would be chase@chasejordan.com. Well, G Suite can connect to, it can connect Namecheap and your .com to that. You never want your email to a client to say, JackieChan@gmail.com. It's an amateur move. It could cost you business, because if you're for real and you're a great coach and you're in business, you want, your name at yourdomain.com. So chase at chasejordan.global, things like that. You never want a Yahoo email or a Gmail. Okay, very, very critical. I still have, maybe you're cool with that, but I still have a lot of people that are like, hey, I emailed you and I looked them up. We looked them up and they're on a Gmail still. So go get those preliminary inexpensive ones. So here's your business model. We're talking about business setup. You have to begin thinking like a business owner. So don't get overwhelmed. Take it step by step. Do exactly as I say when it comes to don't pay, go do the things step by step. We know those procedures. Business model. So systemized acquisition. How do you get business into your business? So the E5 system is a system I developed over a decade, 15 years ago, something like this, where we really honed it down, and this is what we teach our students. And here's how it works. E5 stands for 5 levels of E. Engage, enrich, evaluate, embark, and enroll. Let's talk a little bit more about that. So here's your business model. We're going to talk about this in length. We're going to set it all up with you at the end of the day so you can get all the business you want. But it's fairly simple, okay? We use interrupt marketing on social media, paid or organic, via advertising, okay? So what we do is we market to your potential client, all right? And then we say, hey, are you interested in losing 10 pounds of belly fat? Hey, are you interested in training your Labrador? Just as an example. Oh, yes. I click. Then that goes to a landing page. You went through this with Pro Coach. That's why you're here. And it should prove to you how well it works. And then the landing page would say, hey, get the new book, get the video series, get the free audio. I enter my email on that landing page, and then it pushes to teaching and solutions. And I give you the gift. I give you a great piece of content that's going to solve your issue very, very quickly. And then I continue with that email I've reached to give you content and touch base and make offers. That offer can either get them to say, this is fine, thank you for the content, and they keep living their lives, or it goes into, I can set up a calendar appointment to speak with you on Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, what have you, or just on the phone. And then we can chit-chat. We can chit-chat about what's happening in your life, how I help, I listen, I find out more about you. Next thing you know, we say, hey, it looks like we have identified exactly what you want to do, what probably has to happen for you. So you can go out and do that on your own, or you can hire me. And with your permission, I'd like to kind of educate you on how I can help. And there's no pressure. We don't pressure anybody. It's easy. They either buy or sell. We're going to teach all about selling coaching, so don't get overwhelmed. So this is the high-level view. We're going to go into detail some more, all right? So systemized selling, okay? Here's how it's all going to look. You're going to engage. You're going to enrich by educating. You're going to evaluate them to see if they're the proper client for you. You're going to embark them on a call, and you're going to enroll them into your coaching package. And that's how it all works, all right? We're going to go into detail down the road. Just wanted to make sure you go, all right, we're going to advertise. We're going to give out some cool stuff. We're going to hopefully get a call set up with our perfect client. And then we're going to chit-chat. And at the end of that, I'm going to make them an offer. And they may say yes, they may say no. That's okay. And we're going to teach you all about how to do that, what to say, the templates, everything is done for you. And it's pretty exciting. You'll see how well it works. So you as a business owner, eyeball to eyeball right now, you will make mistakes. Nothing big, because we're guiding you, but you will learn. And the more you do, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the more you're able to repeat. And you're just going to grow and grow and grow. All right? You will adopt and you will evolve from where you are now to where you're going to be in a week, a month, a year. It's going to be so dramatically different that you're going to be so proud of yourself, and we're going to help you every step of the way. You will transform into who you want to be, okay? And I know we're into the business, business ideas, business framework, so I got to get an LLC, I got to get a .com, I got to get G Suite. Take a nice deep breath. It's all going to be okay. Review the video, follow the steps, and along the way, we're going to guide you. If you have any questions, you know what to do. Just give us a buzz, all right? So that was business setup. Get this video and rewatch. Get some good notes going on what you need to go do. But make sure you go get that .com right now. Make sure you go open that bank account right now. It's okay. Even if we're months away from your launch, right? We're weeks away for sure. Go ahead and do those things. Make you feel good. Get you in that business mode, okay? And that's a big deal. So that was it. This was Business Setup. As usual, if you have any questions, text us now. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.